Welcome to part 3 of Yoga for Emotional Wellbeing online. So this third installment I've labelled nurturing. So we all need a little bit of nurturing, in fact every day if we can. So this sequence I've put together combines some EFT or tapping, so scientifically proven to help release cortisol, release adrenaline, get in touch with those emotions and let them go. So we're going to be tapping on what our blocks or resistance are to nurturance. I think we all have had some sort of conditioning that maybe prevents us taking care of ourselves and doing the self-care we need, or even just talking nicely inside our heads. So join me on the mat for today's part 3, nurturing yoga for emotional well-being. Let's start some nurturing. So settling in here, let's start standing today. So feet are hip width apart here. Maybe just noticing our feet connected to the floor. Let's settle in for a moment. Get comfy, adjust a few things. Maybe even turning the palms out receptively. We'll just take a moment. Notice the weight in your feet. Is there a difference one foot to another? Do you feel centered? Do you feel connected to the earth here? Maybe lengthen the spine just a little, maybe even lengthening the neck. So imagining a string just pulling us a little bit taller here. Tuck the chin just a little. And a nice comfortable breath. And let's maybe move with our breath and our arms. So inhale, arms up and looking up. Exhale, arms come down. Let's go nice and slow. It's hard to do, but it's so good for us. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms come down. I'm going to do a little movement today. Do the last one and then I'll teach you circle of joy. Isn't that nice? So welcome back to your body. Let's start to get present. So circle of joy is a movement that we do with our hands starting in, and there's a few variations, but we'll do this one. Hands starting in heart center here. Let's connect. A little bit of activity in the shoulders and the arms. So we're pressing into the palms, maybe building that energy just a little bit. Shoulders are away from the ears. And on the next inhale, we then exhale to push the palms out here, round the spine, look down just a little. And then inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, we let go and the arms sort of connect at the back here and we pull our shoulder blades out. And then let go, bringing our hands to center again. And inhale, let's go again. Exhale, palms come out, round the spine. Inhale, arms come up, look up. Exhale, let those hands go to connect at the back and open up the shoulder and the heart space. And let go to the inhale, hands at heart center. Exhale, inhale. Exhale to let go and connect at the back here. Oh, that's good, that's a good stretch. And let go on the exhale and then inhale once more, hands to heart center. Beautiful start. Once more, we're going to inhale, the arms come up here. And then when our arms get to the top here, we're going to grab one hand. So this is like a swaying palm tree pose, it's called. Cock just your opposite leg, just a little bit. And we're just pulling that arm up, sort of like getting length, not necessarily depth. So pulling, it should feel like our side body is nice and spacious, is releasing tension there. Making sure you can still breathe because we want to exhale any tension. Inhale to the tight bits in our body. And then coming back, letting go, and we'll go the other way. Just a little cock in the opposite knee, and then pulling that arm and that shoulder blade. Side body opens up, breathing into the space. Exhale to come come back to center. Nice. So one more, hands come up on the inhale, and we're going to go on our tippy toes here. See if you can just balance for a minute and come down. We'll do that one more time because it's actually quite hard to stand on our tippy toes with control and balance. Inhale and up on our tippy toes. And exhale, arms down. So we can feel a bit of heat building in the shoulders, a little bit in the body, maybe a twist here. This little moving twist, just like a kid. Loosen up the spine here, a little thwack on the side of the body. Beautiful. Back to stillness. So let's take a moment here to do some tapping on perhaps what's stopping you nurturing yourself. So we all have blocks, we all have resistance. It could be stories our family have told, it could be the culture we've grown up in, it could be the messages from society, it could be from friends, it could just be from ourselves. We might have an internal dialogue that just sometimes says other things are more important, or maybe you're not important, or maybe we don't need to do that now, do it tomorrow. So I just want you to start tapping with me, to just tap away on whatever holds us back from truly loving ourselves. So beginning here with me, just on this sort of karate chop point here, we're just going to say a few words, maybe describe it to yourself. So even though I may or may not have something that's blocking me from completely loving myself, at this time I accept who I am. Even though I may have something, please insert your own words here, blocking me from giving myself all the nurturance and care I need, I completely accept myself. Even though, so third time, I have something stopping me from giving me the care and love I need, I completely accept myself. So whatever it is, we're going to tap on that feeling, that story, that thought. So here we go. Start of the eyebrows. End of the eye here on the bony bit. Under the eye. Just tapping on what you think, what you feel, what thoughts are coming up. Under the nose. Chin. Soft bit of the chest, just under the collarbone. Under the arm. Just noticing your words, your thoughts, your feelings, and crown of the head. Comfortable breath. Now perhaps you've had thoughts, maybe you've had a clear idea there of something that's blocking you or the resistance to nurturing yourself. If you don't, it's okay, because the process of tapping takes away body tension, and it also helps with stress hormones, helps clear us and bring us back into our sort of creative part of the brain. So either way, it's helpful. So just roll with it. So we're going to do a forward fold now, and I just want you to notice any tension or aches or pains in your body, and we'll do one more round of tapping and then we'll do another forward fold, just because it's nice to feel like things can loosen up and that tapping actually works. So just one inhale here, look up, exhale and hinge at the hips, forward fold, letting everything hang here, neck is loose. Micro bend in the knees, and just notice where you feel the tension, the tightness, or anything else. Just take note of that. Take note of where you are, and then on the next inhale, we're just going to reverse the arms, reverse the swan, coming up, hands to heart center. Now join me in one more round of tapping, or you can pause or fast forward the video if you like. But this next round, we're just going to tap on your choice. So if you've noticed a pain and ache, you can tap on that. Or if you want to continue with the block and the resistance to nurturing, you have my full permission. So even though, insert your own thought, feeling, pain, suffering, I completely accept myself. Even though, I completely accept myself. Even though I have this, I completely accept myself. So start of the eyebrow point, and just tap on that sensation, that feeling, that thought. End of the eye, Just notice under the eye, under the nose, tapping on that thing, just acknowledging it and noticing it. Chin, chest, under the arm, and crown of the head. Comfortable breath. And we'll do one more forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms come down, hinge at the hips, forward fold, and perhaps you might even notice a change. Let it all hang out. Hands can be wherever they find their place, or they can just hang loose here. Beautiful. And from this position, we're going to generously bend the knees and plant the hands, and we're coming down to the ground here. So bend the knees, plant the hands, and you're coming down to the ground. So I'm going to switch around because the mat's the opposite way. So from here, we're just going to lay down on the ground, but we're going to do a little push-up to get there. So 2 hands, fingers nice and wide, shoulders under our wrists. You can push up from the full plank or half plank, your choice. Keeping the elbows in, we're just going to push up to the ground, untuck the toes, shoulders away from the ears here, little baby cobra, so lifting the chest, lifting the chin, inhale, and exhale to come down. Let's rest for a moment. And join me in a locust pose. So we're going to alternate our legs and arms first. So arms come forward here, contact with the earth and the palms. And keeping the neck nice and loose, jaw loose here, we're going to lift the left arm and right leg. And then exhale to come down. And then we swap, right arm, left leg, and come down. So we'll do that 2 more times, but with your own breath, so feel free to move with your breath. Exhale, swapping arms and legs. Exhale, once more, alternate, left, right. And exhale to come down, beautiful. Take a moment here. Weight into the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and we're coming back into our child's pose. So wide-legged child's pose is our most popular for our hips. So the hips come towards the ankles, hands are sort of being pushed forward like somebody's pulling your shoulder blades and arms forward, and let it all go. Let it all just sink to the floor. We send all our negative energy to the earth in child's pose. It's a beautiful pose for restoring our energy, resting, getting rid of negativity. And then when you're ready, we just look towards the hands, pushing ourselves up here. Knees together. Let's just sit back here for a moment. And I want to just give ourselves a hug. So whatever that looks like for you, can be right round so that our elbows join, and a little stretch here, or maybe it's just a little one here with arms crossed. But let's take a moment. We all need a hug, possibly several times a day, but I'll take whatever we can get. So just leaning forward here, we're going to tuck the toes at the back, and we're just doing a little foot stretch here. So sitting back on our feet. And you might even notice that stretches the back of the ankles and our calves. And then we come forward. Now, if this is in any way uncomfortable for knees, find the place that is good for your body. We're all made differently. So we're just coming up into thunderbolt pose here. So this is just on our knees. And we're just doing a little counter stretch of the hips. So we're going the opposite way. So we're just leaning back here, so it's a bit of a back bend, but also opening up the hips. Now go gentle here because it's quite strong on the core and the back. We're just doing A little back bend. Now, it might even help actually to hold the lower back, but you go with what feels right for you. Just a little back bend. And then coming forwards, sending all our energy to the earth through our forehead. And then on the inhale, we'll do that one more time. Just a little back bend here. This should feel really nice on the front of the body. And exhale, coming forward, forehead to earth. And let's calm up. So we're going into downward dog, the first downward dog of our sequence today. Hands on the ground, tuck the toes, lift the hips and round the shoulders, down dog. So nice triangle shape here. If you bend the knees, the hips go a little higher. Maybe even pedaling out the legs if you have tight hamstrings or calves. Couple of nice deep breaths here. Shoulders are away from the ears. Neck is nice and loose, jaw is loose. So from here, we're going to lift the right leg, lifting the right leg. And we're going to try and bring that foot through to our hand. If you can't bring it in one go, just carry it up, walk it up, however this works. So getting a bit of stability here, you can place the back foot down if that's better for you, or you can keep the heel up and the knee bent. And this is a high lunge with our hips square to the front. Like I said, the foot can come down with the hips still having that sort of nice square front facing angle, or you can have the bend here. Just go with what feels right for you. It's a very strong pose here. So getting nice length in the spine. And we're going to lift our hands up to the sky on the inhale and down on the exhale. Stay in the pose. Bear with me, inhale, arms up. And just hinging forward a little bit here, reaching forward. Hands come up on the inhale, and then pull that back foot in, straighten the front, feel the burn. And we're bringing that foot in so our feet are parallel here, and it creates what we call a pyramid pose. It's a little micro bend in that front knee. Hips are still square to the front. And on the next inhale, we're just going to hinge the hips, keeping that stability in the legs for a hamstring stretch, calf stretch here. You may just stay there or go all the way if you like, but listen to your body, do not push to your edge. Lovely pyramid pose. And then on the next inhale, exhale to come up. Beautiful. And if you would like to try warrior 3 here, fancy, this is a little bit of a balance pose. So maybe keeping our hands on hips or even in our heart center. Find where feels good for you. We're going to bend the front knee. We're lifting off at the back. Bit of a balance here, and we're just lifting the leg. It can just stay there if you like, or you can try and go a bit further. Hands to heart center here. This is a lovely, courageous pose. And then coming back down, hopefully nice and soft with control. So let's go the other side now. So let's plant the hands, meet that foot comes together, plank here. And then we're just going to lift the hips into down dog once more. Big breath here for all this hard work. Smile at yourself. And we're going to do the other side. So left leg comes up, and see if you can bring it all the way up. If you can't, just carry it. So this is our high lunge when we lift, getting stability here. Weight is in the front foot. You should still be able to see your big toe. And you can have the back leg bent, or you can have it down. So slightly different pose, but just find where it feels good for you. I'm going to try it with my heel up. So inhale, arms up. Beautiful. Exhale, arms down. Feel that strength building. Inhale, arms up. And this time we hinge forwards. Twinkle our fingers. It's nice and strong. Inhale, arms up. Beautiful. Bring the back foot in a little. Straighten the front leg. Giving yourself a little pat on the back here. So feet are parallel once more. Both feet should be firm on the ground. And we're doing a little pyramid pose. So micro bend in the front knee. Hips are nice and square here. I'm just going to exhale, coming forwards. You can stay right there because you can sort of feel that activating already, or you can go to where feels good for you. You can even place hands on shins or thighs. So breathing into the areas that feel uncomfortable and just loving your body in this moment. Lovely. On the exhale, we come up once more. And let's challenge ourselves to a little warrior two. Bending that front knee, we're just going to lift the back leg off. Hands to heart center here. Balancing. So trying to keep that stability, balance in mind, balance on the mat. And then we come back down. That was a bit more controlled, wasn't it? And give yourself a little smile. So hands come down. Foot meets the back. Back to plank. Elbows are in. And you can do a little push-up. Your knees can come down if you prefer. A little push-up. And take rest for a moment. Head to hands. And if you would like to try the full locust pose now, we did alternate arms to legs before, but the full pose brings arms backwards here. And both legs lift off the ground with our hands and our breath. So shoulders are away from the ears. Making sure the jaw is not locked. Neck is long. And then exhale, come down. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, arms up. Lifting the legs at the back. It's sort of like a back muscular. It's toning not just our digestive system, but our back, the back of the hamstrings, the glutes. And exhale, come down. Take some rest. Nice big breaths here. Giving your body thanks for all this lovely movement and blood flow. It's very nurturing. Damn good for us. So from here, we're going to do a little quad stretch, if that feels okay for you. So one arm comes forward. The chest can be lifted or the neck can be down and forehead on the ground if you prefer. But we're just grabbing the opposite leg here. See if you can reach the foot. Doesn't matter if you can't. We're just giving it a little pull. Maybe even a bit of, there's a push from the foot into the hand here. And then we'll swap. Pushing the foot into the hand. Lovely hip opener here, quad stretch. And then let go. And if you would like to try that with both feet, we bring arms back like we did before, but this time we're grabbing the feet. This is the bow pose and pushing into our arms. Lovely heart space opener, strengthens the back. Take rest. Always focusing back on the breath. Our beautiful nurturing breath. So we're coming up here, just putting the weight into your shoulders and hands. We're just pushing ourselves back up. And we're just going to flip around to sit on our sit bones. And when we arrive here, we're going to go down to a boat. So it sort of looks like it sounds. We're just going to come back a bit with our angle on our back, activating all those core muscles here. Now either staying here or lifting one or both legs, or even straightening the legs, and there'll be some wobbles because we're activating quite a lot of core muscles here. Feel free to alternate if that feels better for you, or even just keeping the feet down can still be quite strong. And then exhale all the way down. Give yourself a little smile, activating all those lovely core muscles here. And if you would like to try one more core exercise here, so making sure the spine is rounded so there's contact with the earth here, we're going to lift both legs up into the ground, into the sky, which actually feels quite nice. You might even like to rotate the ankles here. So making sure, yes, our core is sort of pushing our belly button towards our spine sort of thing. Maybe contacting the earth with our palms just to get a bit of stability. We're going to do some little scissor movements. It'd be nice if you could move with your breath, no pressure. It just activates all sorts of muscles. So don't go to where your spine arches, just do little scissors here. You may be able to get quite far down to the ground without losing that shape and the contact with the earth. So go for where your body tells you. Big scissors or little scissors, doesn't matter, it's still using quite a lot of leg muscles, core muscles. Lovely work. Ankles to ground. Taking a moment here. And our final pose is a lovely spinal twist. So one leg goes straight, one leg is up. Now you can either put a foot over your knee to do the twist, or you can just keep that foot there, maybe even bringing it up towards your body. And we're just pulling that knee across your body, and we're keeping the opposite shoulder down on the ground, and we're sort of looking towards the outstretched arm. I'm running out of space there, but you get the idea. So this is a gorgeous pose for wringing out any of the tension of the week, and it's really nurturing for all our internal organs, our spine. So let's stay here for quite a few breaths. If that hurts your neck, just look straight ahead. And you can also support this knee with a pillow or a block. Supine twist. You can stay there longer because you have the power to pause the video. And we'll just straighten the spine once more and the hips, and we'll swap. So the leg goes down, so foot can be over or just there, sort of pull towards the body and just bring it across where it feels right for you. And we're looking back over that shoulder, or neck can be straight, just go for what feels right for you. And you may even notice on each out breath, you can twist just a little deeper, or gravity just helps let go of things. Tension dissolves with the awareness. Inhaling energy, exhaling tension. Beautiful and nurturing. And coming back to center whenever that is right for you. Lovely. So let's settle in here for the pista resistance, which is Shavasana. Let's place our hands together for a moment in heart center, because I just want to give thanks to you for making this time for yourself, to nurture yourself. I commend you. And let's let it all hang. Tucking the shoulders back, letting the feet hang loose, jaw is loose. Let's just settle in here. You might even like to do a simple mudra, which is forefinger and thumb together, but you do you. Find the most comfortable spot to let it all go. To notice the points of contact with the earth, and then just sink a little deeper. If any thoughts come, gently returning to the breath or the body. Perhaps even imagining a compassionate, white, healing light touching your body from the top of your head all the way through to the bottom of your feet, relaxing and releasing as that white light moves through. And completely letting go. And if you want to pause here, I just think that's the most fabulous thing ever. Take some time, because the magic is in the time. You can allow yourself to just be. But I will take a seat slowly. And you can stay right where you are, but I'd like to take a little seat. And I just want to say the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me.